This is Scott Jordan. You're watching live. We're tasting Joseph Jewell wines. I've got the winemakers for Joseph Jewell here. We've got their, it's Appian Way?
Appian Way.
Appian Way.
Yeah.
Appian Way Pinot Noir. They've just been able to be poured right here in our tasting room. We're loving that, so we thought we'd bring them in here. Give us a retail price on this, and then I'll answer that question that we have.
$45.
$45 retail on this Pinot.
It's a 50 case production, 2 barrels. Yeah.
Oh, very elegant, but again, it's got that Russian River nose that we had on the other wine, which is that earthy nose.
We're shooting for the elegant style of Pinot Noir.
Oh yeah,
sexy wines.
Yeah.
Not big and over the top, you know.
We try to keep everything under 13% alcohol.
Okay.
Or not under 13, under 14.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, my friend Randy, who owns Harvest Moon, will absolutely love that statement. I'll have to play that. I don't know if you know Randy.
Yeah, we do.
You know Randy? Yeah. Okay. Randy is like the professor on low alcohol wines. He's like freaking out trying to crank these things down. And he's got a valid point. I mean, you know.
We can agree with that.
Yeah.
To this day, all of our Pinot Noirs that we've made over the past, starting in 2007, have been in the 13s. We haven't made a Pinot Noir of 14% alcohol.
Nice.
So that's we strive hard to achieve that.
Yeah, and that's
and in the winery.
Yeah, it's part of that balance in the winemaking process.
Absolutely.
All right. So the question that we gave you was, what are tannins? An artificial wine coloring. B, a puckery taste in the wine. C, a deep red color, and D, a cluster of grapes that have darkened in the sun. Well, we can eliminate A and D. However, the tannin, the color of wine comes from the skins, but so does the tannin, correct?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So it's, in other words, the next time you buy red grapes, peel the grape, eat the skin, and you'll get a sharp feeling right here in your jaw, right? Tannin. And then eat the pulp, and it's kind of overdone. It's just over sugar. Eat the grape together, and that's the blending. In a simple way, it's the blending of the two together. So it's that puckery taste in the wine that you get, and you only get that as the tannin.
With tannic wine, more. Yeah. I mean, we make softer wines, so there's less tannins involved in Pinot Noir.
Yeah. There's definitely tannins.
Zinfandel still soft.
Well, and isn't that part of racking? Does the racking help minimize the tannin, kind of filter the wine naturally a little bit?
In some ways.
Yeah.
You get more tannin pick up on how long you leave
Skin
the cold
contact.
soaks and how long your fermentation and barrels also. You pick up tannin.
Barrels, oak aging adds tannins.
Yeah. So another beautiful single vineyard wine, and a great addition to the portfolio. Let's go to another Pinot.
Why don't we?
All right. I know. I'm pouring these wines out. It's like my hands are starting to shake. I can't. I want the next one. I must be at the Elk Prairie. This guy, they have a lot of Pinot. So here, this is the 2008. The Elk Prairie.
Yeah.
Tell us about Elk Prairie. That's in Humboldt County.
Yeah. Adrian, why don't you take the ropes on this?
Elk Prairie is the reason we.
That's where they grow pot, right?
Yeah. It's known for.
We've heard everything under the sun when we pour this wine. So it's not much you could tell us.
It's got a ganja smell to it. It's kind of weird.
Do you pick the ganja right when you pick the grapes?
Yeah.
Do you ferment
We've heard it all. Even as far as
well, do you have to do studies on what was grown there before?
The more wine they drink, the more interesting the questions become. But
well, we're gonna
Adrian, tell them what's so. I mean, it's a pretty cool location where this is located.
Joseph Jewell, Micah and I are trying to find unique vineyard sites, and not vineyards where not your typical wines that you're finding. We're trying to make something unique, and Humboldt County is there's some cool climates, little microclimates in Humboldt County,
and actually we
found this vineyard, Elk Prairie Vineyard, which is. It's got a lot of coastal influence. A lot of fog comes up, recedes.
So those of you that are tuning in from other parts of the country, we are about 55 miles north of San Francisco, as I said before, but we're about 25 or 30 miles from the ocean. And so the fog rolls in here pretty quick, but not quite as quick as what you were saying maybe in the Humboldt area. It might cool down.
Well, it's actually one of the densest fog areas. Humboldt Bay is one of the most densely fog in the northern.
Yeah, Eureka, if you've ever been to Eureka, in the summertime,
right.
It's 60 degrees.
Yeah, it's like San Francisco.
So you drive an hour south and it's 100. But this vineyard's right in between.
It's on the north. It's on the north and the south fork of the Eel River.
Okay.
So it brings in the fog.
Now, do you find that to be a challenge in trying to grow grapes there to ripen them?
Yeah.
This fruit has in a cool vintage like 2010. It has.
That's why you guys make wine. You don't have to. You're not allowed to drink it.
Ripening.
We made a rosé last year because it didn't ripen all the way, and you know what? It doesn't matter where the weather goes. If it doesn't ripen all the way, it makes an awesome rosé.
Yeah.
If it ripens all the way, it makes an awesome Pinot. So
okay.
We're kind of blessed on.
You can't get we can't achieve 26 bricks, 25.
Yeah, there's no way.
We've never picked over 23 and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a very more of a French style climate.
A lot of hang time. You get a lot of hang time out of that because.
Right.
We're picking in late September when a lot of people, or late October, excuse me, where people are, in Russian River Valley, we're picking a lot of our vineyards in early September.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you're adding a month of hang time.
So let me ask you, 2010 was a challenging year in the wine industry from the growing perspective.
Yeah.
You saw lower yields.
Absolutely, yeah.
Much smaller yields. And it was pretty cool during the summertime when we're normally, but then we got some spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what are you seeing on the 2010 side in the wine? It's been in the barrel for a while.
We just bottled it.
Oh, okay. You just bottled.
Zinfandel, and we did. Our wines turned out great.
Yeah.
We picked before those heat spikes.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's interesting because a lot of people didn't get a chance. Okay.
And Pinot Noir ripens a little bit earlier than a lot of the other varieties, so it's an earlier ripening variety here in Russian River. And we picked 22, 23 bricks.
Now, what are you seeing out in the vineyards now? Because I'm hearing that the yields are going to be down again. We got that goofy rain in June.
Yeah.
Those of you that don't know our climate here, it doesn't typically rain from maybe April, May, all the way till October, and certainly in June you don't expect to have rain.
Yeah, I think we saw mostly low yields of the Sauvignon Blanc vineyards because they're the first to flower.
Okay.
And so vines are self-pollinating, so they self-pollinate, but when there's rain involved, they kick the pollen off.
It knocks the pollen off, yeah.
Yeah,
so it changes the cycle a little bit.
They got hit the hardest. Pinot Noir, we're fine. Across the board, we're fine. It's lower yields, but we're about 2 weeks ahead of where we were last year because we're getting these warmer days and consistently warm days. So we're looking good this year.
I love that.
So far, so good.
I love that. Well, we're going to take a little break, but we'll be right back. This is where you discover wine one sip at a time.